Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. I will say this is a lovely Sabbath day in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. I'm going to get a little comfortable here. Let me get up in this here. I'm just coming with a little something to he that has an ear, let him hear. And I'm coming because I have some information to share. And I hope it helps someone out there. I just got in about an hour ago. I took in a nice meal and decided I went outside to video this message, and there's a lot of things going on out there. And I said, okay, you hear the fireworks, people walking back and forward. I mean, just so much that was going on. I said, let me come in and do this in a way that I could really get the message out. I want to share with you all that earlier today I was listening to several videos of people who are on the platform and been on here for years and have lots of followers. And I realized it done something to me to hear one person, this one individual. I heard several, but this one individual calls himself a pastor. But this is what bothers me. And you know what? The reason why the Most High has always and still to today says, Deborah, it need be. Meaning, Deborah, this must be. This is his will that this be the way that it is. It seems like it's something that shouldn't be, but it need to be. Because it's his will. So when he had to come to me and say that, it's because it's situations you're looking at, and you seeing it's 100 clear, and you trying to make sense of it. Why would the multitude follow people who don't have that which is called in the body of Hamashiach? I mean, in the body of Christ. What is it that's going on that the multitude is being led by people who are not equipped with anything to be able to lead a multitude of people? And I think a lot of people got caught up with this pastor thing. Everybody wants to be a pastor because in their mind it's like the Christian. It'll lead the multitude. They can rule and lead over people and be the head. And they don't understand. You have to also look at also what order the pastor was called as well. But no one seems to understand the order because they don't rest in the body of Hamashiach. See, the body of Hamashiach have its administrative position. It has so many gifts in the body, so many positions in the body of Christ, which is the body of Hamashiach, that you will be so happy to know who are you in the body of Christ, which is in the body of Hamashiach. This is what I come to understand when I was watching this pastor's video. He began to talk about, it wasn't on long. He just wanted to say that it's about them controlling a people. They want full control over the rights of people. And he's 100%. It ain't what they want. It's what they have. But people misses it. People miss it every time. They miss everything. Why? Because like I said before, their eyes is on the front door. It's like nobody better not come in my front door. Because they focus on the front door and have forsaken the side doors or the side windows or the back door and the back window or even the basement door and windows. They just got their mind set on one door, and that's the front door. And most likely that is the wrong door to be looking at, because that door, believe it or not, if you're walking upright with Yah, it is fully covered along with the other doors. But the enemy ain't gonna try to come in a way that you are looking and preparing for. He's coming in every other direction outside of that. Let's take, for instance, what this pastor was speaking on. He went on and talking about this country is trying to take people's rights and freedom. Where he's at, to be leading the multitude, the truth be told, they already got that. Anytime someone can speak, stay in your house, and you in your house shaking your boots not laced, and you shaking like a leaf, you know, and not only a leaf, but a leaf that's broken from the stem, you know, just hanging. You know, that's just how the mindsets are of those who wants to be so heavily leaders in their household, and leaders in groups, and leaders in camps, and leaders in organization. Their mind is so set in ruling and leading till they miss everything spiritual that would prepare them and set them where they need to be. Let me set an example. So as this, I'm gonna go back to what this pastor said and then set the example. He was talking about that, and he was talking about that how this country is not even concerned about the death toll anymore. They're more concerned about the numbers. They want to know who are being tested and how many. They're trying to get as many as possible to be tested. They're more concerned about being tested, and those who have tested and those who have not been tested. So he got that part as far as trying to figure out why are they, this is what he was saying, why are they so concerned about the numbers as far as being tested and have been tested versus being concerned about the life, the deaths. He was saying how they switched, and that the virus is somewhat like the flu. It comes at a season. And yes, it leans on, he says, throughout the season that it normally doesn't, but it's just through a few. And that this coronavirus is like what I hear in the wilderness. If I am in the wilderness, okay, I can hear clear. I can hear behind hearing. That means hearing this pastor, first of all, totally 100% out of order as far as spirit and truth, and understanding things that are spiritual given unto the individual if they are to lead a congregation and a flock. First of all, you cannot make your members believe, like all the Christian churches, they are so they hang on like a hanger. Or like you put your dress or a shirt on a hanger, they hang real tight to the the hanger in which the world has given him. That's how this man sounds. He began to call it coronavirus, and that it's like the flu. Wait a minute, you still don't get it. You don't get it. And how dare this individual be on this platform teaching a congregation and being able to have hundreds, thousands following him, but yet he's far from what spirit and truth is being revealed right before those that are chosen eyes. Now, let me explain what I mean. He's calling this virus as if it is what man said that it is. But see, when the spirit of truth comes, he's going to tell you exactly what it is. He's not going to allow you to be leading a multitude of souls and not know what is before you. That shows you that individual don't have any gifts of the Most High Yah embedded in him to be able to lead a congregation. None whatsoever. I wouldn't dare tell you that this is a coronavirus. I would say that it's a virus, but it is a biochemical man-made germ that they used and they're using. And because they don't teach their congregation this, of this, they just lean to the understanding and the definition of everything the world tells them. I hear my mother talking about it, her church. And they need to close down everything. This coronavirus. And, I mean, you should hear it. And I sit back and I listen to it. And when you hear them talk, and I hear this pastor, when you hear them, you don't hear faith. You don't hear assurance. You don't hear endurance. Out of their voices, of their flesh, you don't hear their spirit. Because when you have that faith and that assurance and that endurance, that all is connected to the Ruach HaKodesh that will teach you that this here is a man-made biochemical. And this is where he went wrong, I feel, this pastor, because first of all, you ain't got no business leading the congregation, nor having a large multitude on this platform. But you have, because the people, the world loves its own. It loves flesh. It loves the message from the flesh. It loves the ideals from the flesh. It loves the truth of the flesh. It loves everything to be revealed to them in the flesh. Okay, now listen to this. What this man don't understand, when the Ruach HaKodesh come and abide in you and have abided in you, it's no way Sister Deborah will go out here and try to teach a congregation of people without the tools from the Most High Yah to stand in that position. I wouldn't advise anyone, but it's too late because too many out there are doing it. And not only do they lead the multitude of the congregation in which they have, how would I say it, they have come to have a large congregation. They're leading people on platforms that are actually looking for spirit and truth. Now, the reason why I say that, because I see a lot of it on the platforms, and I'm realizing that they really don't have what they need to be doing a lot of things and saying a lot of things on these platforms. Let me explain to you what I'm saying. As I was listening to this pastor, I noticed he takes the coronavirus, or whatever they want to call it, and he wants to make it all that they said that it is. But his issue was, why are they not no longer talking about the death toll more so than the count of the testing and how many are being tested positive and how many are being tested negative? Let me explain something to you all that you all might not know. The reason why is because people don't search and connect with Yahuwah's anointed, appointed, predestined people. They are lost without a cause, and they will gather as many as possible that would go in their direction and walk in their ways to make them feel comfortable that they are who they said that they are in Yah. Let me say this example. This particular person is really concerned with what's this going on with these people in this United Snakes of America. He said snake, but I just said that. But he said, what's going on? What's going on? They're into this counting. I want to tell you all out there in the state of Missouri, they got testing all in the black community in great numbers. They're offering them in stores. They're offering them everywhere they can possibly offer in the city and in the county where black people reside. Let me tell you why, and the reason why I'm saying this about this pastor. Because if you're going to lead a flock, should not you warn your sheep instead of getting on this platform and said, I'm wondering why. Not I'm wondering why they're so concerned about, you know why they are concerned? They have every right to be concerned. Let me say that again. They have every right to be concerned about the testing. They're ordering tests, the test to be testing all over as much as possible, starting basically heavily in the Black community. But this is why they have every right. It's because this is their plan, and it's going to be successful. It already been successful when they had everyone to get into their house, and only thing they had was everything that they given them electronic, and people ate that up while they were in the house in captivity, without a mark of the beast, without a chip in their hand. They was 100 times 1 million controlled. Now, you see this Q-tip? This is what they testing the people with. They had opened a package and they taking this Q-tip and they bringing it up and putting it in a part of your body. Why? Can you see that? Can you see that? Many of you all can't see it. That is a biochemical. This is what they're doing. They're placing it into the individual. And the testing shows them if they have been successful with implanting the biochemical. That's why the count is more important than the deaths. Even those that have been tested and went back and was found positive and went back and be tested again and it was negative, you know why? They know that the way they got planned, this biochemical is going to be manifest and it's going to come full course. While they're sticking this Q-tip into your nostrils, they're implanting that biochemical. That's why the count, and it's they have ordered trillions of testing, because they ordered it to first go into the Black community. So if you got a pastor that's leading that don't know what just Sister Deborah just told, it's because they leading. And everybody following them is blind as the leader that followed them. Because the leader, if the Ruach HaKodesh has not revealed this unto him so he can tell his sheep, do not be tested. That's the key. While many are waiting for the vaccine is going to cover, to put the icing on the cake in the sense. Have you all ever thought about The Walking Dead? But yes, you all. So that's what the testing is really about. And no, this is not going to affect you right now. It is manifesting in you. So while people are walking around here saying, I got to get tested, I went tested and I wasn't positive, that means nothing. This country is falling. And they've been falling for a little minute. And everybody, pastors, bishops, priests, teachers, seers, Moors, are not warning none of the people about anything because the Ruach haven't given them the spiritual warning. Because the Ruach has to abide in their spirit to warn them. And they don't understand. You can't precept this warning. You can't lie what I just told you this morning. You can't little here and little there this morning. You can't gather every book that ever been taken out of the King James Bible and give you what I just given you. The testing is important and it has every reason to be important to them. More so than the deaths. More so than the positive. Why? Because the number of testing that they put out, if they have done the job successful. Not the testing, but putting on these Q-tip a biochemical so it can manifest itself in due season. Mhm. While you all here talking about the vaccine and the vaccine, that's coming. But the vaccine is even not as important as the test for coronavirus. The death toll is not important than the test, because the test has a, I put a little dot on it to see if you can see it, just to show you how this country is going to take many down with it. This is what happens when you don't have the elects of the Most High Yah in the midst of your camp and in your group, willing to take heed to what they say, even if it makes you very uncomfortable. That uncomfortable need be. Hallelujah, Father. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. He said that uncomfortable need be. I was in the car earlier with my son, and we were talking, and it just, I had to stop. I had to stop talking because I was telling him that a lot of things right now that's going on is interfering with people's state of mind. This whole thing is about the mind, you guys. It's about the mind. And what happens is, when he said, if it was so, it will fool his, hallelujah, very elect. Because he said, even you can drink poison and it should not harm you. That's because he has prepared his to withstand the fire. And in the midst of withstanding the fire, you best bet spirit and truth is with him. Because it hurts. It really hurts to know truth and see everybody filling people with a bunch of lies. And guess what? What did Yeshua do? Said not a word. Because the Most High is not sending anyone to change that which shall come and have came and is coming. But he just wants his in the midst of the fire when it's turned up, that you all too may know that he has his down amongst those that's standing in the fire and cannot endure. They would always have the Most High Yah present in that time of need. Now, my son and I was in the car, and I told him that a lot of people in this right now, and a lot of people don't understand that putting that mask on is very unhealthy. But don't think they didn't know what they were doing. Everything that people are experiencing in the United States of America, it is affecting people's health. One of the biggest health problems is the mental state of mind. See, the devil ain't after, per se, your flesh as far as your body. He's after that mind that controls the body. A lot of us are sitting and waiting for the mark of the beast and the chip, but don't even know they have already been stamped and not even know it. How? It's coming to control the mind. That's why the Q-tip, the biochemical that they have put on these Q-tips, if the people took it the proper way, this goes in and kind of touch up closer to the what? The brain. You see what I'm saying? This is what they were aiming for. Not so much as just the lungs, as they want to make you think the pretty picture of their coronavirus. They're planting a biochemical in your nose. Beyond it, really, because when it goes the way they plan on, the way they have been taught to put it in. With my son, we had a conversation, and I told him what I come to realize. People are trying their best to numb truth. That's being in the wilderness. That's what I can discern. People are trying their best to numb truth. What do you mean, Deborah? Truth is not just spirit and truth, but it is the natural of all things is truth. That means that when spirit and truth is already sealed, then therefore that which is natural is what it is. It's like me sitting here really talking to you versus me not talking and I'm standing over there and you hear me talking. The reality is you see me talking and you hear me talking once you see me. That is true. But if I'm over there, you don't know if it's me or not. Okay? You can hear the voice, but you won't know that it's me. The reality of truth is here I am and I am speaking. What the people are doing is trying to numb this. Okay? Because they don't want the truth of life. Everybody, I don't care if it's Catholics, Jehovah's Witness, Buddha, 7 days event, Hebrew Israelites, Christians, Muslim, everybody is trying their hardest to numb truth, the truth of life. Let me say that again. Everybody is trying to numb the truth of life. Well, why would you say that, Deborah? It's because the truth of life is Yah. And in him was life. And the life was the light of man. No one wants to take on that and manifest it. They want to compress that because they want to live life and numb it down as much as possible. They numbing it down with alcohol. They numbing it down with drugs. They numbing them down with prescriptions, going to the hospital again. They are depressed and stressed. They're numbing it down with lying, killing. They're numbing it down with stealing. They're numbing life down with every power that rests within them. And I'm talking to you too on here. That's why people are right now in the midst of what is going on in the world, especially in the United States of America. The birth pains of what a nation is experiencing, you ain't felt nothing yet. Because there's something going on where a people and the world is searching even more ways to numb life. They're numbing it down. They are numbing life. And then my son gonna have to nerve to say to Mama, he said, Mama, the last time I was in school, our professor, he said the same thing about people are numbing down life. And that's my youngest son. That's what he was telling me. And I sit there and I had to shut up. I had to shut up. And I got off the topic. Because the reality, I was talking to him as well. You're trying to numb life down with materialistic things. You're trying to numb life down, but not so that you won't hear truth. Because you want to live a lie. Because living a lie numbs life down. Life was in y'all. And the life was the light of man. They numb that whole idea with everything they can. And I'm gonna hit it where it's at. Even with the studies they have on these platforms, with the groups, the organizations, the camps, the pastor and their organization, the priests and their multitude, the bishop and their multitude of churches, they all are numbing the truth of life down as much as possible. That's why he has to come to me in the wilderness and say, it need be. Meaning, again, Deborah, it has to rumble this way. This is the way I'm taking it. Because it's time for me to show up and show out. And him showing up and showing out is not coming for a people because you are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. No. They've been lying to you, your own nation, just as they kill each other and don't see nothing wrong with it. Men walking around here with their pants hanging on the ground and men don't say nothing about it. They don't teach it. They don't say anything. But they have the nerve to tell a woman what she's supposed to look like, how she's supposed to walk, and how she's supposed to talk, and everything she's supposed to do. See how lost that mindset is? Numbing life with every strength in their heart and heart. They would rather numb life than to let the life which was in y'all, which was the light of man, manifest its calling in y'all. They're not going to do that. So it brings me back to, they would rather believe a lie than to believe the truth. Why? Because truth has been numbed down. They find every reason there is to counteract anything that has to do with truth. The truth of life. I was telling my son, everything in this world before, even before this virus, everybody connects to everything the world says and they believe it 100. But y'all been speaking for thousands of years. And even those who pick up their books day and night, Yahuwah, and thinking they got the name. The mouth can say any name it wants. But if the spirit, if the name is not resting in your spirit, your mouth don't stand a chance. That's how deep it is. It is what he said it is. That's why I say and I stay on trying to reach the young men and the men. Precepting can't give you this. Lining can't give you this. A little here can't give you this. Your pastor, your bishop, your teacher, your camp leader, your Moors, your watchman, they can't give you this. Much I'm saying has to do with those he has called to carry in this purpose of life back into a people or an ear to hear that has slipped away. Oh, it's some out there that can. Oh yeah, they can get back. Oh yes, they and it's many of them gonna make it back. But I love what he says. Though he said, Deborah, see, you're talking to them now, and you're on that mountain, and you're speaking loud and clear about the Spirit. But when I told them, I'm coming for the poor in spirit. Why? There's going to be some that's going to grasp or want, let's say grasp what Sister Deborah said, and they're going to speak it into another ear. And another, somebody, they're going to speak into another ear. We got to think about our spirit. They're going to go on, and that's how it's going to manifest. manifest itself back into life, bringing truth back into life. But if you think for 1 minute these platforms is going to bring you spirit and truth, you ain't got nothing coming. That's why the Most High wants to have a relationship with us, not with a man, not with a woman, not with your pastor, your moor, your watchman, your evangelist, your teacher, your prophet, your prophetess. No, he wants a relationship with you, with him. He said, I want you to abide in me and I in you, so that I can give you me and you can give me you. All this other stuff, he said, we got to kick it to the curb. I was going to tell you, when my son told me that, it kind of blew my mind. I was like, wait a minute, your professor said that? Because it is. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I just came out of nowhere with that message I was giving him, because I wanted him to understand everybody's walking around thinking, waiting for a stimulus check. Don't even know we are like death row. They waiting to give us our meal, our last meal. The system of this country already know it has fallen. It is halfway down. That's just between me and the Most High Yah in the wilderness. This country is already half down, and you all are standing here waiting for it to come all the way. But when it comes, you're going down with it. If that spirit and truth ain't lining up with the Most High Yah. But those who know what the spirit is, but they're poor in it, and only the Most High Yah knows, Sister Deborah don't, that's not given for me to know. But he said he's coming for those who are poor in spirit. And I'm going to tell you something. Sister Deborah made a video about white people. I need to put that out because I'm really wanting them to take my videos back to the area in which it once, when it once started. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that because they want us all together so they can keep a watch on us. But you can keep a watch on them. But me ain't no watch on me. I'm only on Yah's time. Hallelujah. And only Yahuwah's time. So there ain't no watch on me. That's why I don't care about what I say, as long as the Most High is in me and putting it in me to say it. You see, it doesn't matter. You see, a lot of them afraid, they're gonna cut us off and they're gonna stop us from. You think I'm caught up in that? Oh, and guess what they do, you all? With these videos that I'm on here, they don't bother me. And guess what? They're not going to bother me. For one reason, no matter how powerful my message is about what they're doing in their underground power, they already won 99.9 over on these platforms. They looking over at me and say, we don't care. They don't hear her no way. We got the multitude. She is the narrow gate. We got the multitude, the mind. You see what I'm saying? We got those that's leading their whole mind over to where we want it. Her, we ain't worried about her. You know, she said some things. We know who she is. We couldn't touch her if we want to because we know who he is. You see? And another thing, let me tell you what they do. If you go to my videos, you see very few, how would you say, subscribers or likes. But when I go to the manager part, when I'm downloading a video, and I go to the main management part, way more likes and viewers. But you think I'm caught up in it? This platform don't make me, nor do it break me. I'm about the Most High Yah and the Most High Yah only. So that's where I'm at. Being in this wilderness, it ain't no play. I mean, it's like a constant showing up and showing out, telling me, showing me, but then also telling me, let me tell you though, it need be, because he has to tell me. Somebody like me, the Most High has to comfort me with that word, those words. It need be, meaning before the foundation of the world, before you was Sister Deborah, that was. And every part of it, not 1 inch of it would drop out. What I've planned before the foundation of the world, it need be. And I thank him for that because that makes me stronger in him. And I know that I serve a mighty Yah. Uh, Another thing is, I'm really feeling sad for Africa because they don't see it coming. But it's not no one's fault that things are coming upon the United States of America on this world, and the people are not beholding nothing. They're thinking it's stimulus check. You know why they holding that stimulus check? I don't know if you all I'm gonna give you the best way. I don't know if you all ever seen that movie 2012. Have you ever seen that movie 2012? And another thing, have you ever seen The Walking Dead? Those people didn't come like that for nothing. They didn't turn out being that way. It was still a biochemical that man had prepared. You see? It is really telling us, when we see Matrix, when you see Transformers, when you see a lot of these things in the last, probably 100 years, everything that they have put out has been a light. Where is that light? That light is, let me find that. Let me go to Genesis. In Genesis, let me show you where it's at. Okay, here it is. When you get to Genesis chapter 3, let's read 23 and 24. Genesis chapter 3, verse 23 and 24. 23 says, therefore, the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to tilt the ground, hence he was taken. To the same ground he was created from, that's the same ground he tilled, meaning work, labor. 24. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east garden of Eden cherubim and a flaming sword turned every way to keep the way to the tree of life. You all, that was in Genesis chapter 3. And guess what? That same flaming torch, sword, let me say that right. That same flaming sword back in the beginning of Genesis still exists today. So when we see these movies like The Matrix, and we see Transformers, and you see 2012, and it's a whole bunch of them, has always told us the story. So when we sit and say, oh, they took this from us, they took this, no. It was planted with us. Man cannot remove what Yah has placed there for us. That has been a lie from the Hebrew Israelites religion. They have to set up it like a religion because they got to get you all in, draw you all in, to get you believing the things that they want you to believe. It's more to it than that. And it's more to it than you thinking that, okay, it's about the tribe of Israel and the tribe of Judah. I mean, the house of Israel and tribe of Judah. No. Like I said before, you are just pieces on the chessboard. The Most High Yah created the board. He put you on the pieces of this chessboard. And on the other side of its chessboard is other players. Okay? You are just players on the chessboard. But you are not the chessboard itself. And without the chessboard, there will be no need for the players on the board. That's to say to you, you can have a board and don't even have to have the players. You can still have the board. The board can still exist without the players, but can the players exist without the board? No. Because you got to have the players have to be somewhere set. But the board is set there. It was created by the Most High Yah, and you, Israelite and the tribe of Judah, are just players on the board. The fight never been yours. It ain't flesh and blood. You get what I'm saying? See, he been warning us. Y'all, this fight ain't y'all's. Sit your tails down. Get out the way. It ain't your fight. You just know what side of the board you playing on. He always had the flaming sword lit. And what did it say? Listen to this. And the flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. So no slave book couldn't take that from us. You understand what I'm saying? No being in slavery in this Western world couldn't take that from us, you guys. We've been lied. Let me say, I'm going to go and say, let me go and say, we've been lied to for so long till we are numb to what is truth. We are so numb. That's why many of them get on this platform and be seeking and trying to get somewhere in understanding this book and don't understand this book ain't got no understanding of without that Ruach HaKodesh. Because man didn't tamper with this all kind of ways. And the Spirit showed me a lot of ways that they didn't tamper with it. And it blows my mind because I sit back and hear pastors, ministers, watchmen, and Moors teach. And I'm like, Father, they got 5,000 subscribers, 5,000 likes, 5,000, people listening to them. Why they lying? I'm like, and Father, what they saying ain't even true. It doesn't matter, Deborah. Leave it alone. It need be. Oh, Father got all this stuff playing. He got it just where he wanted. But I think one of the biggest lie in this day and time is where we're really thinking that we can continue to support all of the evil that's on the face of the earth and even wobble in it and swim in it with those that are committing the evil and the wickedness. And we're really going to be the one that he called back to his bosom. That can't be. It can't be. I'm a prophet that's in the wilderness, and there's no way that I am constantly being spoken to by him. If it didn't matter what I say, do, and think, and why is he constantly chastising me? What would be the purpose to chastise me and let everybody just do whatever they want? He only way he would be doing that because he knew who I am in him. And if people are out here not being disciplined by the Most High Yah in any way, it's because you might not be who they told you were. You got to think now. We got brothers out here today that I've been on this platform for 3 years. It's YouTube. I don't bounce into video on Facebook and all of that. But I'm going to tell you something. I have not heard not one of these men on this devil platform correct their men in what they're doing. They're doing a lot because their nation is out of whack. See, women can't put their nation out of whack, only the men. That's why he's constantly talking to them in here, to the point where they decide to even add themselves as only me and me and me and me. And I was in one verse, and I was in one chapter, and for 4 verses, all it says in me and in me and in me, and the Most High said, now, you know that ain't me. Why would I have to specify me and wouldn't I would say something like this to all, male and female? You see, that's when he really wanted me to understand that I was on point with understanding. They have taken this word even to today and added and took away from it. And what they did not understand and refuse, and it ain't so much as they refuse and they don't understand it. I understand the power of delusion with the Father. When the Father said he put a strong delusion on him, he don't play. It's a word, reactivated mind, he don't play. Because when they get to the point where he know already before the foundation of the world, if you're going to come from A to D, or if you're going to stay in A and mislead everybody from A to Z, staying in A and ain't going nowhere, but the multitude is leading with you, walking with you, and you are only in A in him. So if this pastor or this Moors, this watchman, this teacher, and this prophet is teaching people and they ain't gone past A, the multitude is following them. That's why the multitude is following. He said they'd rather believe the lie than the truth. See, the truth will make you go into the narrow gate every time. Even when I'm driving, I make sure I do not follow the multitude. When I'm in the store, getting in line, anything I do, I make sure I stay away from the multitude. Anything that I see everybody following, I go in the opposite direction. That's me. And guess what? Have found that to be so powerful. Because the gate of narrow is always going to be that right gate. The broad is going to follow because who they see. And they figuring that the more I see them, the more I think they know what they're talking about, who they say they are, and they are truly the people of God. No, not so. That is not. So, but the Most High said what? It need be. So I, Sister Deborah, I got like 5 more minutes, and I'm going to talk that 5 more minutes to you. And I will say that when I see the Most High having here about the flaming sword being turned every way, that's in Genesis. That's just like when in the New Testament, when they come along talking about, but Moses said we can give a written decree. He said, wait a minute. Have you not read from the beginning? See, people don't understand what Genesis is. I heard a couple of people in the last month talk about the potent material of truth in Genesis, but they won't stay there. They won't stay there. And they are so bombarded with lies. Did you know? Let me set an example. This is a pen right here. If I can take this pen and put it on Facebook and YouTube and say many things, you'll hear people, and I probably get a lot of people talking about this pen in more ways that this pen actually is. You'll hear some of them say, that ain't a pen, that's a pen, that's a pencil. That's what they will say. That ain't yours, that belongs to so-and-so. You can't use that. That's the way you're holding it wrong. Every wrong reason is in the minds and hearts of man. That's why it need be that they get in tune with their spirit man, because it has its own heart and its own mind. Once that heart and mind of your spirit can get that flesh under subjection, then you can hear from the Most High Yah. Then you'll understand everything Sister Deborah is saying. But right now, you don't. I have one young lady, she come on here. She likes to dislike. She likes to dislike. She keep on taking it back and forward. And I said, baby, you just don't know what kind of game you playing with yourself. You know, I can tell it because it tells, she gets on and it says she likes. I'm saying, well, I thought she already, subscribe. I'm not like, she subscribes, she unsubscribed. And I'm saying, why y'all keep warning me that she subscribed? She subscribed 2 days ago. Why is she doing it over? Because she playing a game with her mind. With her mind. That's the wickedness of the world. They play the games with their mind. It's to make them feel that they're actually living in truth. That's why I say people compress life. They really do. They dim it. They numbs it as much as possible. That's why their spirit can't identify the truth of it. That's why you can't get people to come and really talk about the truth of the Most High, or what is actually going on and what Yah is about to do in this day and time. No one cares. Oh, and I was saying about Africa. Woo! Boy, they got some plans for Africa. They got some plans for Africa, but they also have plans for melanated people here in the United States of America. And I'm going to explain to you again, like I did, I think a couple of videos. The mark of the beast is not something that you have been told to believe. I don't care if you do see it like this in here. You know, until you have accepted the Ruach HaKodesh, you still lost, whether you know it or not. Meaning life has been numb in you. It's been numbed down in you. Because you're still teaching the same. There are people on here telling people about a lot of dirt. And then the moment people get out and you see people doing things, oh, they doing dirt too. You don't know what to think about people on these platforms. So I come to the conclusion that there is a lot of what a lot of people call agent, whatever, on these platforms. There are a lot of people that got land that if you ever thought, why did they end up with it? It got to be something going on. And to get on this platform and be on here for so many years and ain't leading to people to spirit and truth, something wrong with that. Something is wrong with that. But I thank the Most High because he got a plan above Deborah and anybody else. Because she said, when he come, I'm going to put something in them, Deborah, of mine. And I'm going to give them the real name. And even those that's blind, but yet can see natural, I know who they are spiritual. Come on, go with me. I know you can see natural, but you're blind spiritual. But come on, go with me. Those are a lot of those who are poor in spirit. That means there's something in him that Yah has already placed in them and sealed for his name's sake. You know, he already know they poor in spirit. They just don't have all that it takes. Even the blameless. You know, you look at Solomon, seeing all that Solomon had done and so on and so on. But Solomon was a seed carrier. You know, he was the one that came from heavens with that spirit seed. You see what I'm saying? It was that spirit seed. Okay, so that's how, even though he did the things that he did at the end game, when it all said and done, he had that spiritual seed. So therefore, there are those that came here that are going to be held blameless when they stand before the Most High Yah. He ain't looking at nothing they done. No, he's not. They're going to be called blameless. Yes, we're going to be judged for what we done, good and evil, but it's not going to weigh on his destiny, his preordained destiny for us. You know, he ain't gonna let that wait. We are already in that Lamb book of life. You see? We ain't gonna get blotted out because we are the seed carrier. Okay, and we're supposed to be hated, disliked, misunderstood, looked at as wrong, ridiculed, prosecuted, killed, murdered, whatever you want to call it. Every evil there is. That's the way everybody's supposed to see us. He said, this need be, Deborah. And like I said about Africa, and I kind of feel sad for Africa. And I feel really sad for a lot of people in the United States of America, especially my people who really don't understand what's really going on. And when I say you are numbed, you are numbed to life. You guys. You all are on some type of medication or something. You're numb to it because here it is. Someone's talking to you about the life that Yah has placed in you, and he placed it as a light, and you can't even discern it. I see so much is going on, and I'm like, Father, why don't they tell that congregation? Why are they on this YouTube and won't speak about it? Why are they saying this is when I say numb. When people are numb to life, that means they don't have the fullness of truth. Because the Ruach HaKodesh really don't rest in them. The Ruach is not coming inside and abiding in anyone who feel that they're smarter than thou. He's not going to, because a lot of times people don't on these platforms don't understand. A lot of these people then been through books after books after books after books and precept and line to where they don't want to hear nothing spirit and truth. All they want to hear is what they can read and see and they can comprehend. They can take this dot and match with that dot and this line with that line, a little here and a little here. Oh, I got it. Let me run now. Let me run and give it to them. And everybody eats it. But it's not low. It has to be full of light, you guys. It has to be spirit and truth. Because that's what's going to set a person free. Not precept, not line. Not a good sermon, not a good, oh, I like you because you're talking about wives or the men. The main thing a lot of the men love, or when you're trying to get the women to be subject. Do y'all know what you all are dealing with when you're dealing with a woman? You're dealing with a spirit. You're dealing with a spirit. Let's go to Proverbs 16. Let me explain something to you here. In Proverbs 16, it tells you about the way the Most High Yah. Matter of fact, let me let Yah tell you. And let me kind of let him tell you. And then if it be his will, he'll let me expound on it. If not, let me just kind of, okay. Proverbs 16, the preparation of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from Yah. See? A lot of people say, this is my life. You don't tell me what to do. I'm grown. I do what I want. People don't even understand. It ain't nothing about themselves that belongs to them. So why not walk in the spiritual of righteousness so you can learn who you are? They don't want to do it. But watch this here. Proverbs 16, and it says, the preparation of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from God. Now watch this. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes. That is so true. And you couldn't tell him nothing different. Okay? But the Lord weighed the spirits. Weighed the spirits. Weighed the spirits. Why? Because we allow spirits to come and abide in us, around us, here, and in our hearts. We bring them in, usher them in. And he's going to judge that. He's going to measure that. And how that a lot of that can happen is when you don't have the Ruach here in you already. Then those spirits figuring, oh, we can come on in. But when they see the Ruach HaKodesh abiding in them, them spirits gonna bag it all the way up, and they gonna deal with you from the outside, from your flesh level. They know they can't touch you when that spirit of the Ruach HaKodesh is in you. They know better than that. They know they can't, so they gonna have to deal with you on the outer man through others and those things around. Because now they see what's in you. Can't go there. Let me back it up. So that's why he said he weighed the spirits. Because believe it or not, when I say the people, even on all these platforms, have numbed life, the truth of life. They have numbed the truth of life for a lie. They don't correct no errors and wrongdoing or any evil, but they always correct that which is subject to be right. That is deep. So I, Sister Deborah, say, I hope you got something out of this. And I will say, continue to have a good Sabbath day. And I will be back again, probably tomorrow, though. Shalom, shalom.